let's talk about cortisol. You know, that hormone that gets such a bad rap? Everyone just calls it the stress hormone, but honestly, that's like saying the sun is just hot. There's so much more to the story. So today we're going to peel back the layers and really understand what this stuff is and why it's so important. So, do you ever feel just completely wiped out, constantly on edge maybe? Or are you noticing changes in your body like weight gain that you just can't seem to explain? Well, those feelings are often your body trying to tell you something, and very often the messenger is cortisol. So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to start by figuring out what cortisol really is. Then we'll look at what happens when you have too much and too little, and then the good stuff. We'll get into how you can find your balance with things like movement and even the food you eat. All right, section 1. Let's get right to it. What is this stuff and why does everyone think it's the bad guy? Okay, so this is the part everyone knows, the fight or flight response. You see a threat and bam, your body unleashes cortisol. It's like a shot of espresso for your whole system, flooding you with energy so you can deal with whatever's coming your way. It's dramatic and it's absolutely its most famous job. But, and this is a huge but, it's so much more than just an emergency button. Cortisol is working for you 24/7. It's your body's natural alarm clock that wakes you up. It's your energy manager deciding how to use fuel. It's even your inflammation chief, keeping your immune system from going haywire. I mean, just look at this list. Cortisol is a master multitasker. It literally sets your daily rhythm, fine-tunes your metabolism, puts the brakes on inflammation, and helps keep your blood pressure stable. So see, it's not a villain at all. It's more like a really, really important manager. And this chart shows you that natural rhythm in action. It's like a wave. Your cortisol should be at its peak right when you wake up in the morning. That's what gets you out of bed feeling ready to go. Then, as the day goes on, it slowly dips down, hitting rock bottom around midnight so you can get a good night's sleep. That rise and fall is the sign of a healthy system. So, that's the ideal. But what happens when that beautiful, wavy rhythm gets broken? Let's talk about what it looks like when the system gets stuck in overdrive. This whole process has a name, the HPA axis, but think of it like an emergency broadcast system. First, your brain sounds the alarm, then the pituitary gland sends out the alert, and finally, your adrenal glands, these little guys sitting on top of your kidneys, get the message and deploy the first responder, cortisol. It's a quick, efficient chain of command. Now here's the kicker. This system was designed for short-term danger, like running from a predator. But our modern lives, with work deadlines, traffic jams, endless notifications, create chronic stress. That means the alarm bells are ringing all day long. The system never gets the all-clear signal, so it just keeps pumping out cortisol. And when that happens for too long, the consequences are pretty serious. Chronically high cortisol can lead to something called Cushing's syndrome, and we're talking about very specific symptoms here, like weight gain right around your midsection and face, high blood pressure, and blood sugar issues that can actually lead to type 2 diabetes. So yeah, the very system designed to save you can start to harm you if it's always on. Okay, now let's flip the script. What happens on the other side of the coin? What if your body can't make enough cortisol? This is what it's like when the system is just running on empty. This condition is called adrenal insufficiency or Addison's disease, and the symptoms are almost a perfect mirror image of high cortisol. Instead of gaining weight, you lose it. Instead of high blood pressure, it's low. And there are some really distinct signs, like an intense craving for salty foods and even a darkening of the skin, especially in scars or creases. And putting them side by side like this just makes it crystal clear. High cortisol, you gain weight, blood pressure goes up. Low cortisol, you lose weight, blood pressure goes down. It really shows you that balance is absolutely everything. Too much or too little throws your whole body out of whack. Okay, enough doom and gloom, we get the problem. So how do we start to fix it? Let's talk about one of the most powerful tools you have, movement. This is such a cool concept. Exercise technically is a stressor. It makes your cortisol spike for a little bit, but think of it like a stress dress rehearsal. You're giving your body a chance to practice mounting a stress response, and this is the important part, practice shutting it off again. The more you practice, the better your body gets at it. But not all exercise is the same when it comes to cortisol. If you want to lower your overall stress levels, moderate stuff like brisk walking or swimming is fantastic. Things like yoga or Tai Chi are amazing for actively calming your nervous system down. And then you have high-intensity interval training, HIIT. It's great, but it causes a really big cortisol spike, so you don't want to overdo it. Maybe once or twice a week with plenty of rest. All right, next up, let's talk about what's on your plate. Because what you eat, and just as important, when you eat, can have a huge impact on your body's rhythm. Okay, I'm going to teach you a great word. It's German, Zeitgeber. It means time giver. The biggest Zeitgeber we all know is light. It tells our brain what time it is. But our other organs, like our liver, have their own clocks, and they respond to different cues. And guess what one of the most powerful time givers is? You got it, food. And the science totally backs this up. This quote here is basically just a fancy way of saying that when you eat, you send a super powerful signal to your body that directly shapes your cortisol rhythm. So your meal times are literally telling your body what time it is and what it should be doing. So think about what happens when you eat a huge meal right before bed. Your cortisol is supposed to be at its lowest, your body is supposed to be winding down, but you're sending a signal to your digestive system to fire up and get to work. It's a total mismatch. And doing that over and over can really mess up your natural cortisol curve. The good news is we have a lot of control here. Reclaiming your rhythm comes down to the basics. Sleep is non-negotiable. You have to prioritize it. Moving your body consistently helps train your stress response. Even something as simple as taking a few deep breaths can calm things down in minutes. And hey, don't forget to laugh. It's literally a natural cortisol blocker. And that really brings us to the final question. The one to take with you. Just take an honest look at your daily routine. When you eat, when you sleep, when you move, is it all working with your body's natural rhythm, or are you forcing your body to constantly fight an uphill battle? The answer to that question might just be the key you've been looking for.